Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kriti Tiwari, and as you already know, we are doing World Watercolor Month and we have already completed 13 artworks, and this is our 14th, day 14. For day 14, I have some interesting things. We'll have a mountain ring that we have already painted, and then we will also have like a road and then the sky, right? So yeah, let's get started. So we'll start with the sky, and so for this particular artwork we will only be wetting the portion of the paper that we want to really paint. Okay, we'll not be wetting everything, so we'll only do it in layers. So the first layer that I'm starting is the sky layer. Okay, I want to keep the sky bright, so we'll maybe like some yellows, orange, and as you can see, this is like a very small portion of the sky that we will be painting, right? So yeah, you can choose to add any color of your choice, there's no problem. Okay, so I'm just lifting some colors to introduce something else. Okay, and yeah, some of my colors became like too watery, so I'm just trying to remove them and add the color of my choice. And as I said, that's the reason that mostly I love Bohong paper, because it lets you lift the colors as and when you want, literally as and when you want. Okay, okay, so now we want to do the mountain ranges. Okay, because this portion is still wet, I don't want to touch anything here. This is slightly wet, but then we'll just leave a portion and then do a mountain range here. Now for mountain ranges, you can vary like do a color variation. So maybe starting with light green, sap green, and then the dark green, or maybe chrome green, or raw umber mixed with green, right? So any color of your choice, we can start. So I'm using my raw sienna mixed with sap green for this one, and this is nothing but a graded wash, right? So we have done this graded wash in the past. You guys know and are very familiar with us and how to do graded wash. So yeah, so we have just put the color on the top. We have not wet the whole area, and we just drag the color. Okay, so see, for example, I put the color like this on the top. Okay, and then I wash my brush, and we are just pulling the paint downwards. That's it. So we just have pulled the paint. Okay, now if you want to like make some areas darker from the top, we can go ahead and drop some colors on it. Okay, so that becomes our first mountain range layer. Okay, okay, so now this is also wet. So in the meantime, till this becomes dry, we can go ahead and do the road maybe. so that we till this time this mountain and this sky would be dry, and then we'll be able to add another layer, right? So let's go ahead and do the road. For the road, I'm thinking of doing like burnt, so my raw sienna mixed with my burnt sienna. Okay, but then before that I'm gonna just wet the road portion. Maybe we can add a slight touch of Payne's gray to it also, but we'll also have to remember that the sky would have some reflection as well, right? So we'll also have to make sure that we are taking care of those reflections too. Okay, so let's say, so I'm gonna start with these colors. So we'll do the first layer, and then we'll see where we want to add colors, right? So we'll go ahead and add colors there. So I need a starting point, so maybe this can be the undertone if we want to go like dark, right? So let's see how it goes and how it is looking. Based on that, we can decide what color we want to add. Okay, so I'm happy. I just want to make this portion slightly darker. Yeah, I want to make these portions slightly dark. Okay. Okay. Then I think the sky is dry, so let's go ahead and add a color on top. So I'm just using like a little bit of light green here with the same color that we created. Okay, and then creating the mountain here at the top, and then what we are gonna do, we're just gonna drag the paint down. So completely wash your paint and drag it down. You can even lift your paper like this, so that the pigment starts flowing downward direction. Okay, so in landscape there are a lot of ways, right? So you can make use of that gravity and then have your tissues at the bottom so that they are not falling onto other colors. Now for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and do it like a dark green, maybe mixed with burnt sienna. Okay, so very dark. As compared to what we did above, we want to make it too dark, and then we'll have some trees on the top like a bushes or something, so then we'll be able to resonate with it. Okay, so while I'm dropping these colors, I'm making sure that I'm not taking too diluted color. Okay, and as I come close to road, even I can go ahead and then add more dark. So I can add a more dark green shade. So to make this dark green shade, I just added a pinch of indigo or Persian blue to my green mix. Okay, and then it becomes darker. The another way, you can mix viridian if you have it. If not, you can also mix Payne's gray to that color. Okay, now I'm just gonna blend it because I want this to look like evenly spread. Okay, we want to maintain it like one color tone. So now my paper is dry, and then you can also like remember to do like minor details, right, finishing off so that it doesn't look wrong. So let's finish the detailings here, right? So we can add some trees over here, like some hints of trees. So any choice, you can either make trees there or do something like this. Okay, up to you. doesn't look it should not look like so it should not look very disconnected, so you have to also make sure that it is joint. Okay, some of the road portion has got lost when we blended this one, so I'm just gonna do this. Okay, and maybe we can add another layer of it and then add a darker version on top of this one. Okay, so watercolor, as by now all of you know, like works best if we are working in a transparent manner. Okay, okay, so yeah, so we'll just even it out, and then what we can do, we can just take out like some spikes like this, which will give a feeling that there are trees here, right? So there are trees over there, right? And yeah, I think that's it. And then we're gonna finish off the road, and this becomes our artwork. Yay! Okay, I also felt the need to like make it more prominent. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. So I have made it more prominent, and now I can just wash this layer with a clean brush so that it is like blended together nicely. Now I want to wait for this to dry up so that I can add the details for the road, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a white border around that road and maybe some center stripes. Okay, if you still feel that you should also go ahead and make this one darker as well, like so, yeah, you can go ahead and do that. I just felt the urge to do that, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do it. Okay, okay, so we'll have to dry this one, wait for this one to dry. So there are multiple ways of what you can do. So you can either use hair dryer to make this dry, or you can just keep it like this so that it is naturally dry. It's up to you. Okay, so you just have to keep going back and forth on the areas that you think are not correct, you want to correct, right? So yeah, it is all about layering, connect, and then correcting it to make it all work, tie up to it together. Okay, so now let's say I want to draw the border. So will I go ahead and draw the border? To drawing the border, I will be using gouache color, white gouache color, and if you don't have, you can make use of any marker. Even a white gel pen works better in this case. Okay, so I have never found like materials to be the limitation when it comes to painting. If there is a will, there is a way, right? So if you really want to do something despite fancy materials, I think one can achieve perfect paintings. Okay, okay, and we'll do the border on the other side as well. Sorry, seems like too much disturbance today while I'm recording this. Yeah, so where we were, so we're gonna paint the border. and I'm not sure if I'll remember to edit this bit, but if I don't, you know why there were so many distractions. Okay, even with gouache, right, if you're doing a diluted version of the gouache on the watercolor, it's still gonna lighten up. Okay, it will fade because it's gonna blend and then start fading. This has gone too thick, so I want to make it little thin. So I'm just trying to lift it and then fill the color. Okay, want to control that, control the thickness of that. I want to keep it uneven as well. Because in reality also it is not that even. Okay, so now that is done, I want to maybe add this line in the center. So let's see, here it comes like this, right? Okay, so I think it will go something like this, and then you can have some broken lines. Okay, so usually I think there are 2 yellow lines in the center. Okay, so this has gone entirely wrong and I don't like it, so I'm gonna just lift it and then we're gonna redo it. Voila, this time we have got it correct. Okay, so this is it, I think, and then we can just sign it as well. Yeah. Something does look odd to me here, so I'm thinking about ending the road here itself, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just remove this. Okay, I'm gonna entirely eliminate that portion of the road. Okay, and just cover it with the base color that it already has, right? Same base color. Okay, yeah, that sounds like a lot better, I think now. And I'm gonna just introduce some greens now. Sorry. So we're gonna just cover this up. So it would look like that the road is going inside, but it is actually not, right? So that's an illusion. So when you travel by the road, sometimes you feel like the road has, oh, there is no road, where are we going, right? So yeah, something else, that's all. Yeah, this sounds like too much better to me. I just did not feel that was right. Okay, so from my side, the perspective of that was all wrong. So yeah, I think it is good to study, and you won't believe, in engineering also, right, we had this I think architectural drawing something, and that time I couldn't even understand anything out of it, and that was the most difficult subject, at least for me. Somehow I managed to pass in that subject, but yeah, I was not that good, and I couldn't even understand, so what is perspective, what is one line perspective, what is 2 line perspective, and things like that. And you won't believe, I tried to learn all that when I started learning art, okay, watercolors, and then it again popped up that I need to know what is this, right? So yeah, I took a lot of help from free resources, from videos on YouTube, right? So yeah, that's how I learned it. sometimes it is too important to know the basics so you don't make a fool out of yourself, like trying to paint something that did not turn out what it should really, right? So it is good to know your basics and have your basics clear. So I think that's it for me. I'm going to end this here. I hope you enjoyed and then you have learned as in how to layer. Every time you do something like this, make sure that you dry your paper enough before you proceed to next layer, else it will all get mixed up and will not give you that clear edge that we want. Okay, so this is it for me now. Thank you everyone for joining me on day 14th. We'll see you again next time for day 15. Till then, take care guys. Bye bye.